Hello everyone, I am the Conage and I am bringing to you another Starcraft 2 commentary. This time it's the Game 2 of the epic grudge match, if you've maybe seen Game 1, from ScoJoFoSho and Snowy. And it looks like this game's starting off a little better for both players, with Snowy wishing her opponent to have fun. But not the good luck, because she doesn't think her opponent needs good luck. Wow, the legendary BMer has turned into a good-mannered player. Truly an incredible change over the course of one game. And there's ScoJo putting the little winkety wink right back at her. Alright, looking good. So anyways, let's go look over our players, what we got here. In the top left, we got ScoJoFoSho as the Orange Terran. And as I mentioned before, ScoJoFoSho is a random player, which is very cool, but this time he's Terran, much to Snowy's dismay, I'm certain. And in the bottom right, we have our purple Zerg player, who is, well, Zerg. In any case, this is going to be a Terran vs. Zerg, yes indeed. So what do we got going on so far? We got a scouting drone moving to the bottom left. It's going to find nothing. It's going to be very disappointed. And we have ScoJo doing a wall. Very standard, very standard. It looks like he's going to be opening up with some one-base play. Now right here, we have Snowy. Looks like, what's she going to do? Is she going to drop an expansion? Oh, is she going to do it? She's got 300 minerals. Is she going to... Oh, yep, there she goes. She drops the expansion. Yes, at 12. The 12 hatchery. A very interesting build. One that I'm not accustomed to, but like I said before, Snowy knows some crazy build orders that I probably don't know because, I'm not a professional player. I don't know if I'm necessarily high level, so, I'm just going to go... let these players be themselves and see what they're going to do. And we got an Overlord moving up here. And oh, we got some action going on right here. We got a drone moving in, scouting out. No gas. What could that mean? Oh, is it going to be 2 racks pressure? Oh, incredible. Putting on some early game pressure to mess with the fast expanding Zerg. Now, this could be a problem since, well, spawning pool is just starting. And... well, let me check for a second. Well, ScoJo actually does not know where Snowy is, so maybe this won't be that big of a deal, But you never know what these instincts can go for. Looks like just now he's staying out of scouting SCV. Going to be moving to the bottom right, hopefully. Maybe scouting cross-positional. I don't know. And back over here, we got a couple Marines coming out right there. The hatchery is just about done. We got an extractor coming out. The spawning pool is almost done. So we're just getting some action. Oh no, the Sky SCV is going to the top right. So looks like, well, it's not going to be 2 racks pressure, or just kind of delayed 2 racks pressure again. Maybe he's just going to mass up some Marines coming later for a big bam-a-da-boom. Let's see. Oh, Snowy did scout this out. Let's see how she's preparing for it. Well, right now she's preparing for it by building a Queen, 1 drone, and 1 Overlord. Because she seems to have supply blocked herself, which is never a good thing to do, especially in Terran vs. Zerg. As you can see, she's already behind 9 supply to her Terran opponent. And this is something you never really want in any game where you're playing Zerg, really. Unless you get another Zerg, I guess. Oh, and a Baneling nest goes down. Interesting, interesting. Let's see what she's going to do first. Looks like she's decided not to get drones and actually mine from her early expansion, foregoing any advantage she could have gained from it. And instead trying to go for some units, probably to deal with this 2 racks pressure. And right now she's got drones on attack move, looking for any proxy supply deep. I don't really know what kind of proxy stuff would be right here. And now they're just kind of chilling, holding their minerals, having some fun. And over here we got the Marines finally moving across the map, moving forward for that pressure. And he's expanding right behind it with the command center. Now let's see what we got going on right here. We got the Marines coming in. And not much defense at all. In fact, there are only 2 Zerglings on the board. And this is a lot of Marines that he's going to have to deal with. Oh, and the Queen comes up to engage. And easily taken out by the focus fire of the Marines. Then come in, take down some drones. Maybe take out the hatchery. Or what's he going to do? Oh, he's going to position himself in the Vespene Geysers. That's very smart. And it makes it so the Zerglings that might be coming out. Looks like we have some Zerglings coming out. We'll have a harder time surrounding their Marine enemies. While he easily takes down this hatchery since, well, the Zerglings aren't really out yet, I guess. And they're not going to really engage. And looks like Snowy will be losing this hatchery, and, well, this puts her in a very bad position, especially since the orbital command is just about coming through and will be moving to the expansion very soon, and, well, looks like ScoJoFoSho will be way far ahead of his Zerg opponent. Now, what do we got going on here? We got Metabolic Boost coming through. A couple Banelings have been produced. Maybe she's going for an epic Baneling destruction of these Marines, but since they're... Well, let's see if Scojo sees this coming. He gets himself in the minerals, great positioning, but the Banelings still come in and hit. And Snowy should be able to clean these up with her Slowlings, and she does just that. Unfortunately, if we look at the units lost tab, we'll see that Snowy is very far behind. About 706 minerals. And that makes, well, this puts her in a very bad position. And we have ScoJo, who's already taken an expansion, dropping a mule down. Has yet to transfer any SCVs, but hey, when you're this far ahead, you don't need to transfer anything. Now, looking back what we got here, we got Snowy trying to rebuild her expansion. Wait, where is this hatchery going down? Oh, we got a macro hatch. Interesting play. Instead of trying to expand again, she just puts down a macro hatch. And looks like we're getting some one-base layer play from our Zerg player. I haven't actually seen this be effective before, but who knows? Like I said, Snowy's got these crazy builds. Crazy. Yes, indeed. And moving up with the Zergling, gets completely destroyed by this bunker quite easily. And doesn't look like ScoJo really has much to worry about at this point in time, as there's just some lings moving around the map, checking for any proxy stuff, and, you know, making sure that SCO does not expand all over the place, or maybe they're just dancing around. I'm not really sure. This is a very interesting rally pattern, actually. I don't really know what these Zerglings are doing. But hey, you know, whatever. If I was a Zergling, I'd just run around like that, too. Anyways, we got two bunkers coming up, maybe worried about some aggression, and finally Snowy's taking his expansion back here and getting some Baneling speed, that centrifugal hooks. And what do we got for upgrades for ScoJo? We got 0-0 currently, but we got 1-1 coming through with the stim packs and an armory. So, oh, and the starport's coming through too. Wow, so ScoJo's teching up pretty well, pretty fast, and is quite a bit ahead since Snowy just has Banelings, and, well, just a spawning pool and a Baneling nest. And still doesn't have an expansion up, but does have a layer and a macro hatch. Let's see here. We got some pretty decent saturation on this mineral patch this game, which is better than the previous game where she basically had a very mediocre amount of drones on every single mineral line. And she's keeping up, you know, her scouting, making sure nothing funny's going on, making sure, excuse me, that there's no crazy expansions going down. But right now we don't really have much going on. We just have ScoJo sitting back, trying to mass up some Marines, it seems like. I don't actually know if he's going to build any other units besides Marines, but, you know, Marines are so good that, well, sometimes you don't really need any more than Marines. If you have some proper micro, you can split up your Marines, avoid all the Baneling fire, and once you upgrade the Marines with combat shield, stim pack, and get 3/3 upgrades, they're pretty much like the most cost-effective unit in the game. So, you know, Mass Marines is pretty great. I've actually won a lot of team games by just going Mass Marines, so I find a pretty good time, assuming that you have some micro ability. Now, let's see, the only problem is if Snowy decides to come out with Infestors, this could make Mass Marine quite difficult. However, she seems to be going for Mutas, very late Mutas off of 2 base, but she does have a lot of gas pooled up, so maybe she can come out with a lot of Mutas at once and try to get herself back in this game with some nice harass. Though it does look like ScoJo's already pre-prepared for this by putting up missile turrets. And wow, he's got some nice saturation going on. He's got 52 SCVs, so versus the 43 drones, so the worker count is doing pretty well this game for both players, a little better than before, though you never want to be behind your Terran opponent as a Zerg in worker count, since, well, you're Zerg, you need to have a lot of drones. That's how the game works, unless, you know, you kill them right at the beginning of the game, but you see that's not going on right now, though she is keeping tabs on possible expansions with Zerglings all over the place, and a nice little Baneling going over here. Hey, what are you doing, little guy? Just kind of hanging out, pulsating the bum area. See if anything's interesting is going on. It looks like we just got more macro, building more units, got a supply depot, coming out with the reactor, and oh, the infestation pit. This could tilt the scales in favor of Snowy, except for the fact that she's about, well, got half the supply of ScoJo here, though she's climbing steadily, and finally taking her third expansion. Hopefully this will put her in a good position to get more drones. Drone. She's still at 45. She could use some more, I would say. Just building some, getting some mutas out. Though with all that gas, you think she'd be able to get out more at once, but it looks like just going for 2. You know, it's kind of like the Idra, like 2 Zergling at the beginning, but this time it's like 2 Muta. So, you know, maybe she's been watching some Idra or something. Maybe she gets private lessons. I don't know. And now this command center is being built right next to the Baneling, and Will, no, he just is. What's the Baneling doing? He's not even hitting the SUV. He's just gonna roll around and hit these 2 barracks to cause a little bit of damage. That is some good Baneling usage right there. I'm not really sure what that Baneling was doing, but hey, whatever. I guess it did scout out this expansion that's now being put up. But whatever, that's cool. That's cool. Looks like we got a drop going on, and Snowy should be scouting this with all these Zerglings. Yes, she sees it. Let's see how she prepares for this. Looks like she's got a queen in place. Queen over here. A Lyote. Don't know how much that's going to do. And a lot of drones. And, well, doesn't actually look like she's preparing for this, even though she saw it perfectly. The queens are doing an okay job, but with all these marines coming out in stim pack, well, they're going to make short work of everything. And she decides to not... Oh, now she finally pulls her drones. And, well, looks like he's focusing down the Spire, which is a good move. It's always nice to kill Zerg tech structures since... Well, they only got one of them, and he lifts them up, only loses 1 Marine, and about to move on to the next place. Very cost-effective drop there. Very nice, very nice. I'm really liking it. And, moving here, what's he going to do? Snipe this... Oh, he's dropping Marines all over the place. And it looks like Snowy's in trouble. What has she got? She got 6 Zerglings, 5 Banelings, wastes a lot of her Banelings right there. And, like, 8 Mutas, which I don't know where those are, actually. Is they coming in here? No? Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. And there's still a drop going on. Still blowing stuff up. Snowy's decided to respond by building Spore Crawlers, since those are really good against Marines at the moment. Oh, and the Mutas finally come in. They should be able to clean up this small amount of Marines, but then again, we got 2 upgrades on these Marines. Wow, these 0-0 Mutas are not really going to do that well against the Marines, and these Zerglings might do a little better. And since he's not really microing his Marines, I don't even know if he's paying attention to them at this point. Oh no, he's got an attack going on up here. I should have paid more attention to the minimap. And a Banshee too, wow. So yeah, this expansion's taken out. ScoJo's now at 180 supply. He's got 94 Marines. Going 3 upgrades in is about coming through. So basically these Marines are just going to take over the entire game soon, since that's what Marines do. He's got an expansion coming out over here too. Keeping it real, you know, don't want to focus too much on one thing. Though these Marines, well, these guys are just chilling out over here, you know. They just like found this little mountain. They're like, hey, let's just chill, guys. No need to do any battles. Just wait for our upgrades or something. Let's just stake out, have a barbecue. And now they're finally moving out with this group of Marines here, and Marines all the way over here, and wow, this is a lot of Marines. This is pretty much, unless these Banelings, but they'll probably just explode before they even get to the Marines, since their DPS is way too high at this point, and, you know, this game's pretty much over. These Marines are just doing drugs now for the heck of it, because, hey, it feels good, right? It's the stuff. Doesn't really look like Snowy's got much going on. Decided to rebuild her infestation pit, even though she never had any investors in the first place. And this Banshee's just kind of going to town because there's... Oh, here we go. The sad face. It's like Snowy's not too pleased with the outcome of this game. Could be due to the fact that... Oh, wow. Look at those faces. I don't even know what that is. What is that doing? Oh, there's some sympathy. What sportsmanship from our Terran player. What sportsmanship. If only everyone could be as good-mannered as him. You know, the Starcraft community could really benefit. I mean, he even put a planetary fortress up here because he respects his opponent's ability to, you know, come through. And stuff. What is this? Snowy seems to be appealing to ScoJo's sympathetic side. Let's see what his response is. Are you just going to let this game draw on? It doesn't look like it at the moment. It looks more like he's just going to respond by blasting all of Snowy's base with his Marines, which are pretty unstoppable at this point. Let's check the units lost tab just for fun. And, well, you can see that our Zerg player is a little behind. Yeah. There's not much to say at this point. Looks like there's just Marines everywhere. There's even a Viking. Wow, what's that doing? It doesn't even have a kill. It's not doing anything. There's still Marines over here. He's on 3 base. You don't really need that many base with this many Marines. You see he's like maxed out, and look at all this money he has. Heck, he's researching Seeker Missile. Why not, right? Just keep piling on. And wow, well, that's the game. I didn't even realize that it... Oh, well, he did blow up all the buildings. It's rare that you ever see a game get to that point, but hey, there we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed this cast. It was a very intense and a very close match between two very interesting players. And in any case, looks like ScoJoFoSho came out on top once again. And I guess takes the grudge match. I don't know, maybe they'll settle it again sometime soon. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to these players and find out what's going on. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the cast, hope you watch again, and I'm signing off, so I'll see you guys later.